Huh. That's it. Oh yes, I'm gonna play this game. This is the game I'm playing. Well, this is GTA. This is what I'm playing. I have to go to the gun store, honestly. There's gun store. Holy lord, is there like no gun store around? Ammunition. Oh, I see. What the hell is going on? Oh boy.
I could take the serial number off anything you buy. You look like you're fuming.
Oh, hello, Miles. Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm just buying a bunch of ammo right now for some guns. How's it going today, feller? I haven't done one of these streams in a while. Oh, that's right, I don't need anything for that.
Well, when the end time comes, I'd rather be holding a peace than a peace sign. I'll bet you be ready to use that the
alright.
out the door.
I bought this game a couple weeks ago. I beat the whole thing, so I'm playing just some online. This game used to be huge in the streaming community, so, but oh well.
Hi there, this is Bryony from Alan's Room.
Oh, yeah, screw that. Just hung up the phone. One thing I like about these games is that you could just, like, be as chaotic as you want. You could just go and just, like, you can shoot that guy over there or shoot that guy over there. You can just be as chaotic as you want. You can take a laser gun and just blow up a building. But, like, while other games are just like, hey, you kill just one random person, you're gonna get game over. You have to go straight back. Like, this game has lots to do. No. Honestly, since I'm just playing online, I'm just not doing, like, any objective or anything, so I'm just screwing around. So this is online, there's people over there. There's a guy in a fight with police right now. Like, that guy's actually an online player, but yeah. That's, this is something. Oh. Oh dear. Oh. It's another guy fighting the police. See, everyone's just fighting the police today. I don't know what it is. Everyone's just against the police. Like, in the game. Oh man, this is just an eventful game. What's over this guy? Oh, this guy's killing someone over there. I don't get what is going on. This game is kind of buggy, but like I can't believe it that this game is like 7 years old and still looks pretty nice actually. Because usually like a game from 7 years ago wouldn't look like this as nice today. Like as it's supposed to be, because this game came out not even on this console, came out on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 back in 2013. What in the world? Hold up, I just gotta answer a phone call. Oh. Research? I don't know who research is. Oh, I'm not answering that. I haven't read a book. I haven't read a book in like a couple weeks. I just got assigned one for school. Doesn't really sound intriguing or anything. The one I was assigned for at school, I'm like, oh lord. That's what I find at school is that like at school I find they assign you a lot of garbage books. And then every once in a while, they give you, like, that one golden boy. But if you get one that's by, like, Scholastic or someone like that, it's like, oh no. I wouldn't say I'm entirely enthusiastic lately. Well, considering what the hell just happened. Yeah, I'm not that enthusiastic, but I'm glad I'm starting the show, like the actual show itself is starting, the part 1. I don't know if you saw that, part 1 I released to the show. How's the audio on your end? Is it like working very well or something? Like, cause I don't check these streams when I'm streaming them. I just film the gameplay. I don't even know if the gameplay is filming really, to be honest. Audio is fine. Ah, okay. To get in the battle with that guy over there. Apparently I say a lot or something like that, and apparently annoys the hell out of my parents. I don't know if that is true or not. What in the world? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm in a stolen vehicle. Oh yes, come on. I killed him. I killed this guy. Oh dear. Oh dear. Look, you're in school. Mine was either Lord of the Flies or Slaughterhouse 5. Though that one I read a year in advance. So. I remember I have a friend who read Lord of the Flies. I never read it myself. Slaughterhouse 5, a lot of people talk about Kurt Vonnegut to me. I never read any Kurt Vonnegut. Favorite book I read in school? It's not really a book. So far it's probably friggin' Sound of Thunder by Ray Bradbury. That's not even a novel. That's just a short story. And that's the only Bradbury I've actually read, just because, I had to read in school. And, all my friends hated it. I'm like, I didn't hate it. It's a good story. Now they're forcing us to read all this dark contemporary fiction. Yes. And you said that Kurt Vonnegut is very dark, but you said he's very satirical. These books that they're making us read in high school, they're just making us read books of rape and sexual pedophilia and stuff like that. Like, that's just depressing, honestly. Like, that is, like, honestly, school, it's like, they said, well, it's challenging fiction, it's meant to challenge you. Of course it's meant to challenge you, but, well, yeah, there's some weird stuff that forced us to read in school so far. Oh. I remember one title is The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Then another one is called Teenage Wasteland. That's a short story, so you can probably read that in one sitting. I mean, some of these are decent enough, but they kind of just they kind of just harp too much on the rape and the sexual assault and the, oh my god, like, Jesus Christ. I mean, like, Richard Lehman, well, then you say, oh, well, I read Richard Lehman. Well, Richard Lehman, well, that's the whole point of an exploitation thing. And you know what, I'm also if I'm not there to read Richard Lehman for the rape and crap, I'm there to read him for the thrills, not the friggin' actual violence. His books are thrilling. Like, these things, maybe it's because I'm not into dramas. It's a little melodramatic, little too melodramatic for me. At least with the Richard Amos thing, at least there's something like, yes, it's really disgusting, but at least there's something like fun at the end usually. And yes, so like these kinds of things, you know, you're meant to be challenged in school. When they said challenge and read, I thought by challenge and I thought they meant like Charles Dickens. That's challenge and read. That's really challenging to read. One of my friends thinks that H.G. Wells is challenging to read. And you know what? Like, I think something that's challenging to read should be something that's Old English, classic, classic hard to read. Maybe not even Old English. Maybe it's another country or another culture. If I had to be honest, the most challenging book I ever read was friggin' oh Jesus, I can't remember the title. I think it was most challenging book I ever read. I'm probably gonna have to go with The Golden Bug by Edgar Allan Poe. Well, it's not a book, it's a short story, but still.
Don't say anything. I don't know you. Or maybe I do. I don't remember. I got a job. A job that's so hot, we're gonna bury it in an ex-government facility under about 100 feet of desert. You think you're up for it? Buy the facility on Maze Bank and I'll meet you over there. This is bigger than any bank job we could ever pull.
I find my problem with Poe is the way it's written is kind of just a little it's a little vague, like I can't even tell what's going on. Lovecraft is also vague, but at least overall you can tell parts that is going on. Poe, I can't even really tell parts. It just looks like words to me. It doesn't even look like a cohesive narrative. Hello?
Yeah, can you open the front door in about 2 seconds? I'll be there in about 2 or 3 minutes. I just got a water cooler for free, so I'm bringing it in Grandpa's truck, or Grandpa's vehicle.
Alrighty.
I'm carrying it inside.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Alright.
Bye. See you in a few minutes. Bye.
Alright.
We'll see.
Yeah, we do. You gonna get a Coke?
Yeah. Bye.
Alright.
Bye, Mom.
Bye.
Alright. Alright, Miles, I hate to ask you this, but just don't mention that this is a YouTube channel. Like, don't type that this is a YouTube channel. And just pretend you're my school friend. I'll tell you why. As I said before, I'm not allowed to have a channel. I hate to ask that, but yeah. My mom's about to walk in the door, as you just heard. And she sees that, she's gonna kick my ass. Alright, be right back. I gotta go check the front door. I'm just gonna be there. Be right back. I just gotta go check and make sure. Hey, Mom is here. Yeah. I would say the main problem with I think the main problem with Poe is I just don't get where any of it's going. Yes, that is probably what it's all
Like
meaning.
you don't know who
It
I am.
just means it's meant to be very confusing, but yeah, like I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get why he's considered the greatest horror author of all time. There's people from around that time that have actually done just as good, if not better than that. I mean, come on. Alrighty. Alright, I'm back. Oh. Oh, Miles, who did you say is your favorite author, actually? I never think I ever asked you that, did I? I don't think I ever asked you that. I think Layla still has chips under the thing. Arthur Conan Doyle. I've never actually. I have computer. Get out of the way, dog. Get out of the way.
You have to find somewhere else to park at the moment. Okay? I just got this for free.
What is that?
It was Denise's dad's.
Wait, is that a water thing?
Yeah.
Holy crap. Oh, that's cool. At least we got a water tank now. Was that what it's called? A water tank? I don't know what it's called. Anyways. Water cooler, alright. I just have a shower, Mom. I'm just talking to my friend at school you haven't met. His name's Miles. Huh. Did I let Odin out? I let him out. He's been a good boy today.
I want you to keep an eye on the bottom and tell me if there's any water that leaks or anything. You don't have to stand there, but just keep having a look. Okay?
Alright.
Okay.
Where are you going now?
Going back, I got more stuff.
Oh. Going back, like you heading like is that so like you're heading back to that place or so is there more stuff in the trunk?
No, I'm heading back for Grandpa up the road.
Oh, you're just up the road. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, I'll see you in 2 minutes.
Alright.
Lock the door.
Alright, I'll lock the door. Anyways, as I was saying, I have an Arthur Conan Doyle Return of Sherlock Holmes, but like I don't want to read the stuff out of order. Now, yes, now some people might say otherwise. Some people should just say like, oh, you should just read that out of order. It's all good, but I'm like, I don't want to read stuff like that out of order. I like reading stuff in order. Let's see. Yeah, the whole YouTube thing. I don't know. It seems like YouTube this year has been getting destroyed. Honestly. Oh man. After what's his name, Eddie Van Halen passed away, so I'm gonna go on my music rant, even though that was entirely unrelated. So after Eddie Van Halen passed away, I listened to all of Van Halen, just because I want to see the whole catalog, and I actually really enjoyed the catalog because it's a pretty decent catalog, and the guy's a good. Then Eddie was a good guitarist. His brother was a good keyboard, I believe. David Lee Roth's not a bad singer, and all of that. So then they quickly rose up on my favorites list, actually. So then I revealed my new version, my favorites list, and Iron Maiden has officially made it to #1. I listened to all the Van Halen stuff and I became a huge fan. Then Ahab revealed to me that he really hates Van Halen. And he doesn't understand my love for Van Halen. I'm like, what? I did not expect him to reveal that he hates Van Halen. Yeah, you would think that a guy that's into instrumentals and stuff like that, like Ahab, how long does it take you to listen to a whole artist catalog? It really depends on the artist. Like with Metallica, since some of their albums are so like disorganized compared to like their other stuff, since some of their albums are so disorganized that like it took me a while just to listen to that maybe like a month. But if it's someone like Mr. Bungle or something with a short catalog, I'll listen to it in a day. If it's someone with a little bit of a longer catalog, but I really like the whole catalog and stays cohesive, then I'll listen to it in like a couple days. Yeah, I added all that funk stuff you told me to check out. I had all that funky stuff. I call it funky stuff because it said it's funk, so I call it funky. But yeah. I know, yeah. Well, speaking of guitarists, the Jimi Hendrix Experience is also on the list. The Jimi Hendrix Experience is like a classic guitarist. Well, some people just tell me I should just say Jimi Hendrix, but the actual name was the Jimi Hendrix Experience. That was the actual name.
Here's a man I'd trust with a firearm.
So Eric Clapton was making a friggin' song about COVID.
So much fun when you've been drinking.
Wow, it was hilarious, honestly.
Old lady bought one of those yesterday.
Oh yeah, listen like Rainbow's catalog in like one day. I don't even know how I did it. I listened to like everything by Rainbow, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow in like one day.
I don't keep a record of purchases. Perfect. You know, if you like getting close.
Oh dear. Yeah, remember you said you were gonna listen to Prince's catalog, and I never even I never actually listened to Prince very much. Prince is almost 40 albums. After a month of on and off listening, I stopped after 10. Good stuff, but one can only handle so much. Ah, jeez. Yeah, like, man, like, that's what I was about to say. Like, they have, some people just have way too many albums, I think.
Oh, nice gun, that.
And some people just say I'm just not patient enough, or I'm not a big fan of it. I'm like, if you make like friggin' 40 albums, you're gonna be bound to be bored after a bit. Yeah, like I would listen to Johnny Cash's stuff, but half of his albums, like how many albums he even has, that it really intimidates me. Yeah. Like the longest I can do for albums, like the longest I can do for albums is probably 15. Like
Sorry about the smell. Spilled a gallon of deer urine.
personally, Pink Floyd's one of my favorite bands. The final album by Pink Floyd was a really big disappointment to me, honestly. I hated it. Hated it. Probably one of the worst albums I ever listened to in my life. I was so disappointed listening to the final album. It's not even funny.
Know what'd stop all the killing and robbing in this place? Every one of the sheep out there owning a piece.
Oh boy. Yeah, oh, I don't think I ever told you about this. I finished writing an album. So, like, I had this little band idea. It's probably never gonna be made, but, like, I had this little band idea, but I finished the writing the friggin' album. I'll give you a teaser. I'll give you a teaser that how was the project coming along. Well, I already made part one. I already released part. I just literally just released part one. Part two. I don't know when part two is coming, but part two is might be a while actually. I just think part one is at least the start. At least it's like means like at least I'm going somewhere. Now the album project is called Megastar Overdrive 1, as it is the first album by Megastar Overdrive. You know? I'm not like one of those bands that like goes halfway through their catalog and then makes a self-titled album halfway through. I'm like that never makes any sense to me. Like why don't you call your first album Megastar Overdrive? Or like it's like Fleetwood Mac. Their first album was Fleetwood Mac. Then their like 10th album is Fleetwood Mac. I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, Genesis, their 12th album is self-titled. That's when everything went downhill. Oh man, you ever listen to Genesis? Genesis is a really good band. I think they're really underrated, to be honest. Not even Ahab knows who they are. I'm like, you've been through all of music and like you don't know who Genesis is. Like, I swear to God, everyone's heard Invisible Touch at least once in their life, even if they don't remember it. Even the Invisible Touch sucks, man. Oh yeah, Ahab told me that finally someone who actually knows Genesis. uh, controversial opinion upon Genesis. Well, I mean, they're coming back next year to do a tour, the Last Domino tour, which is their first tour in like what 23 years. I'm like, man, this is like a great time to do a tour. Oh man. But it's actually gonna have both of their original singers, and it's not including their third singer who truly killed the band. They only have 15 albums, by the way. Their albums are very, very good until Invisible Touch came out. Then I'm like, after Invisible Touch, that's when alright. There is let me search it up because I can remember most of the albums names, but I'm gonna search up like what the albums are. Alright, Genesis has 15 albums, of course. What? Now, what are the titles? Alright, so the first one is From Genesis to Revelation, the second one is Trespass, third one is Nursery Crime, fourth one is Foxtrot, fifth one is Selling England by the Pound, and the sixth one is The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. That's the final album with Peter Gabriel, the original singer, Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. That came out in 1974. He quit in 75. Phil Collins joined in 75. Then Trick of the Tail, Wind and Watering, and then there were three: Duke, Abacab, and Genesis, Invisible Touch, and We Can't Dance. Genesis, the self-titled album. Genesis, the self-titled album came out in '83. Invisible Touch came out in '86, so their style. '86, and you know what else came out in '83? The Final Cut. You know what else came out? And that's when Roger Waters left Pink Floyd. You know what else came out in '86, '87? Momentary Lapse of Reason by Pink Floyd. So Genesis pulled a Pink Floyd and they went all pop. Invisible Touch, We Can't Dance. We Can't Dance 1991. That's the end of the Phil Collins era. Calling All Stations, 1997. Piece of garbage album, one of the worst albums of all time. Destroyed the whole band, and the band doesn't exist. Yeah, Genesis, My friends call Genesis like opposite Pink Floyd because like they have like the similar kind of sound. They both have a similar kind of sound. They both started around the same time, and they're both reached their peak at the same time. And they both made their magnum opus at the same time. Magnum opuses at the same time. Like their careers like intertwine, and they both truly ended in the '90s, and they both had 15 albums. Only one actually came back in the 2000s. I love when reasonably good bands convert to pop. Cameo with Single Life on Down is the most unforgivable example. I think the worst for me is Pink Floyd, because like you go from a masterpiece that is The Wall. Like The Wall is such a masterpiece. Like one of the it's probably the best album of all time. Like the best album ever made. It's not even a joke. And then you go to Final Cut, which is still good, but it's basically just an entire Roger Waters album. Like none of the other guys had barely anything to do with it. And then you go to Momentary Lapse of Reason, and it's not even like it's not even like unique anymore. It's just got the cliches of 1987. It says here 1987. David Gilmour, when he became the full-on lead, he killed the band. Well,
Hey, the car!
and then the Division Bell came out, and it was the Division Bell was a good album, but it had some good tunes, but the final song is really like the best song in the album. It's like this sounds like a Pink Floyd song, but it also sounds like a final song. So for many years that was the end, and then they released The Endless River, which is a terrible album. The only song you can actually the albums are side A part. The song is side A part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, side B part 1. It's the stupidest crap ever. And then the final song is called Louder Than Words, which is a terrible single. It's loud. Like David Gilmour sounds like he smoked a lot of weed on that final track, Louder Than Words. He doesn't even sound good on that. That came out in 2014. That album was critically panned too. What's funny is when I listened to every Pink Floyd album, I didn't even know Endless River was the thing until after. Because they actually took it off of like the internet for a little while, and then they officially put it back up.
Shit!
Like I never even knew the Endless River even existed. I kind of wish it didn't, because I would have preferred High Hopes, the final song of the Division Bell, to be the end. Mm. No, I'm not really good at video album reviews, so like that's probably why you're never gonna see me do every Pink Floyd album reviews. The 80s, yes. In the 80s, the only music I found intriguing of the 80s was metal. Of course, Iron Maiden, Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, Dio, Black Sabbath at that time was kind of cool. Black Sabbath of the 80s. Ozzy Osbourne started his solo career in the 80s. Shoot, what else came out in the 80s? 80s was like the years of metal and stuff like that. Like that was the cool music, and then the 90s is it's seen more rap and grunge, but the 90s is still like decent. Nowadays, there's not even any creativity in music. Now some of you'll go back and trash metal music, but I'm like, at least you still have people working their ass off to play these really hard to learn instruments to make a cool sound. Albeit, I think people saying that Metallica is the beginning of metal is a friggin' shame to the metal industry, because the beginning of metal is friggin' Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, those folks in the 60s and 70s. Hell, even the Beatles was beginners of metal, kinda. Helter Skelter. A lot of people say that metalheads are close-minded, and that is just this song was in like Ghostbusters 2. This song it's on right now. Anyway, so people say that like metalheads are close-minded, um, but um, but I don't think that's true because like half the metalheads I met were just half the metalheads I met are open-minded. To be honest, it's just funny. Half the people like if I find people that I find more pop heads and rap gods are a little close-minded, while people that like jazz, funk, metal, hip hop, and all this kind of stuff seem to like they seem to like be open-minded because they're as you know their genre kind of gets cut out a lot now. like funk, like of course funk is a good genre. But a lot of these mainstream people always cut it out and stuff like that. Like people are like mainstream people are like, oh, all these people are close-minded. They don't like good music. And then like, but you never see like any of these other people win an album of the year award. It's always political BS. Like it's always about a political agenda. It's never even about not even about the music anymore. It's kind of a friggin' shame. Yeah, political correctness is cancer, honestly. Like, I'll be honest, I think the best album of this year is We Are Chaos by Marilyn Manson. And I think that album should have gotten nominated, but he's Marilyn Manson. I mean, yes, I mean, yeah, he is kind of political, but he's always been political his whole life and stuff like that. And do I agree with Marilyn Manson's political views? Of course not. But he's a great artist, and he's also a very smart dude. And music wise. But holy Jesus. Yeah, it's just something. I keep pausing a lot. Yeah, political correctness is just all a cancer. And now the Oscars is about political correctness. Every time I see it's gonna sound extremely racist. It's not. Nothing about this is racist, but nothing about this is racist. But I'm just saying that this is always what I see at the Oscars. Every time I see a performance of a black guy on the run from police, it always gets nominated at the Oscars. Always does nowadays. And now every time I see like something creative, it never. Like, you never see anything creative ever get nominated now. It's always snubbed. Everything that's creative is always snubbed. It's always about the goddamn... If it's just a movie about white, straight, skinny males, that never, ever gets nominated. What happened to movies being creative? Caligari is the most creative movie of all time. like people like they always snub science fiction and horror movies and stuff like that, but there's a lot of really creative ideas. But it's always about your political message. That's always what it's about. It's never about anything that's creative. It's always about making the same fucking message that they've said for years. What is one thing out of anything that I simply cannot stand? Well, I think I actually cannot stand the mainstream media. The mainstream media, honestly. I can't stand the mainstream media. I can't do it. The mainstream media judges books off of movies. The mainstream media mainstream media only cares about making the same voice and the same lyrics for their songs. The mainstream media makes video games that are not even video games. The mainstream media makes political message movies. The mainstream media makes all the same crap. I can't stand them. I can't stand it. And also, even the mainstream YouTube is always vloggers and handsome young white dudes or handsome young girls with fat ass or something like that. Like, I'm sick and tired of it. I can't stand it. Like, I can't stand, like, all these friggin' oh, I just can't stand the mainstream YouTube either. I can't stand. Like, I do this whole thing, but that's just because I want there to be some sort of change on this internet of ours. And that is just, I just can't stand the mainstream. That's it. Yeah, I also can't stand snarky kids, and I know and stuff like that, and how it's always how you gotta be cool to be accepted and stuff like that. At school, you know what's funny? I always see people. It's kind of in the last mainstream YouTuber I follow. More just she changed for the worse. The two took down some of her best cities. Oh dear. There's only one mainstream YouTuber I still watch, and that's Cinemassacre, and that's just because he's actually a nice guy. Like, he's actually, like, you go there, and he's always fun, he doesn't have his political views, he always makes fun videos. James Roll from Cinemassacre. He's been doing AVGN since 2004, even before YouTube was a thing. And he still has done it. And it's because he just likes doing it. And if he does want to end it one day, he'll tell us when he ends it one day, because he's just a cool guy. I also can't stand, actually, this is one thing I do not stand. This is one thing I do not. You know, some people repost all these messages and stuff like that, all these political messages and stuff like that. Like, some people repost some of this stuff. Some people repost the whole thing about mental illness. Some people repost this whole thing about Black Lives Matter, or this whole thing about gay rights and all that. But when you actually talk to them, some of these people, they don't even believe in it. I'm being honest. If you don't believe in something, why post about something you do not believe? Why do that? And that's actually the worst thing, to be honest. That's kind of the worst thing. Being a dishonest person and stuff like that. And also, like, some people are just really dishonest to their followers. Like, they repost about the political messages to appease their followers and to appease their clicks and views and stuff like that. And I personally know people that do this kind of thing. And I talk to them, and they clearly don't even believe in it, because, like, they always, Like, every time, like they said, like, help someone that's mentally ill, every time they see someone that's mentally ill, boom! They turn around and walk away. Like, seriously, that's how it's treated today? Like people say to help people with autism. My sister has autism. She's always bullied by half of these people that post about help people with autism. But she's always like bullied by these people. So like that made fun of. People make fun of my sister all the time. Rambarez for life. Not political, and that was the end of that. Yeah, it's also not just political YouTubers I can't stand. I also can't stand drama. There's a disgusting YouTuber called Drama Alerts. I don't know if you ever heard of it. You probably have heard of this guy because he's really mainstream on the internet. He's really famous on here. I don't even understand why YouTube supports this guy. This guy's a monster. This guy's a monster. This guy's an actual monster. Honestly, this guy's disgusting. Honestly, but this guy would dox people. This guy would say mental illness is fake and depression is fake and all that. This guy would use your death for clicks. This guy would do all this crap. But YouTube just lets this guy get away with it. This guy made a false claim that this old man was a pedophile. And then he apologized and all that. He's like, I shouldn't have done that. And then next thing you know, like the next year, he's like, oh, it's your fault. You should stop getting your fans to harass me for this. It's like, well, now you're the victim. Seriously. Like I can't stand that kind of thing. That's something I can't stand. And I watched Keemstar just to see what is so appealing about this thing. Why do people want to watch this? Their answer is there is no answer. I don't gravitate towards the newest creators just because clickbait or anything. Another one of my favorite channels was Angry Grandpa. Angry Grandpa was this, he's dead now, by the way. He died of cancer back in 2017. He was a badass, though. This guy was a badass. And this guy this guy will forever be, like, the internet hero, honestly. This guy was actually really cool, but he passed away and stuff like that. Why can't there be more stuff like Angry Grandpa? More stuff like cool guys just bringing up a camera and taking a video of whatever the hell they want. Why can't there be more stuff like that? I tried getting into BookTube just to look at BookTubers. Holy crap, BookTube was unbearable. BookTube was unbearable. I can't. I found Ahab and then through BookTube, but I stuck around. But to see BookTube, the problem with BookTube, like BookTubers, I find. A lot of these booktubers I find on the internet is it just doesn't even seem like they understand what they're talking about. Some people post Stephen King stuff and they just talk about the movies for an hour. I'm like, what the hell? You're a booktuber. What is this? What is this? So I gave up on watching booktube stuff. I watch some videos on music guys. I don't watch any of these like independent music guys, it's just because that's not my thing. And sometimes I go and look for comedy. I don't like poop and fart jokes. I like really sketchy, friggin' like crazy, like right smash a car to pieces comedy. One super booktuber channel I recommend is Literature Confidential. A small channel but very informative. Yeah, that's what booktube should be. Booktube should be giving your opinions on a book. Giving your opinions on a book. Also, some people don't do spoiler reviews or stuff like that, but like, or some people like always do non-spoiler reviews. I actually always kind of want to see some spoiler reviews, to be honest, just because like I wanted to see thoughts on this part of a book, or this part of a book, or this part of a book. What people thought of this, and what people thought of that. But some people say negatives or something like that, and they sometimes say, "Oh, this part, this part." And sometimes spoilers also tells me if I want to read a book, if I'm being honest. Because I don't know if they're like, I'll just say this, like, you didn't know that there was any of that kind of, like, thing in Northern Lights with the girl. Like, you didn't know there was any of that kind of thing. Like, if there's, like, something that really, like, triggers me or something like that, I kind of want to know. And, but, if I'm being honest, it's a weird idea. But it kind of helps me to do stuff. And some people like spoil movies and stuff like that. But like, I watched. Then I find myself watching the movie if it sounds intriguing either way. Hello, Mom. Hello.
Hey, is everything okay with the water cooler?
Is everything okay with the water cooler?
Yeah, just look down at the bottom and see if there's any water.
Yes, everything's okay with the water cooler.
Okay. Okay, cool. I'll see you in a bit. I'm just helping Dad, or helping Grampy lift the chair.
Alrighty.
Okay. Okay, we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye. Oh wait, Smiles. You know what? I just thought of something. I just thought of something. You know how we did Buddy Reads? How about we do a Buddy Watch as well? You ever wanna do? You know what? Because I don't know if you still watch. I mean, I don't know if you watch Phantasm yet, but I'm willing to rewatch that. Oh yeah, I definitely watch Phantasm again. You know, because you know I actually do like when Buddy watches just so I have someone to talk about the movie with. Like I want to watch Blade Runner with some people just so I can talk about the movie with someone, or like talk about this scene and that scene and this scene, and what's the funny part, or what's the stupid part, and what's the sad part, and you know like and all that kind of thing. Because I find when I do reviews and stuff like that, my channel is so short that like uh, oh boy. I don't know if you ever heard of a thing called Tubi. Phantasm's also on Tubi, and that's free. It's on Tubi Canada, but it should also be on Tubi US. Uh, and I've seen like Phantasm like 100,000 times probably, so like I can remember like every scene in the thing. Mm. Oh man. I'll tell you now, if you watch Phantasm and you like the first one and you want to see the second one, you're gonna have a hard time trying to get the second one. The second one is owned by Universal. I found mine pretty easily. My copy is a Blu-ray. My copy pretty easily, but that Blu-ray is was like $30. A great booktuber though. He's no longer active. Dean Granites. His reviews got me through high school. Oh, nice. I'll have to check that out. And you know what? That's actually another thing I want to talk about. A lot of the booktubers, a lot of the Austin booktubers, they tend to quit. They tend to quit. Actually, one of my favorite booktubers, I unsubscribed from recently. His name was Edward Lauren. He was an author, booktuber, and everything, and did all these challenges. But he got so political, he made a $12 minute video setting up Trump, 20-minute video Black Lives Matter, and then and then like the previous week he said like I don't want to talk about this on my channel. I don't want to talk about that on my channel. And the previous video, like, oh, you actually watched Edward Lord. Dude, I can't stand that asshole. He's kind of an asshole, I don't lie. Dude, he was like a bigger booktuber, but I can't stand that dude. Oh, yeah, ever since his mom passed away, he's been kind of going nuts, honestly. Like, he kind of, I saw him get drunk on a live stream, but what am I watching? What am I watching? Like, I couldn't watch it anymore. I could not watch Edward. Ah, Jesus. Oh, man. Who else was there? Oh, man, who else was there for the booktubers? There's a guy called Frosty Knife 13 I used to watch. He's a very good booktuber, but I found he kind of had no taste. Like, by that I mean, it seems like he could only review 2 or 3 things, and he didn't know what the hell to review after that. He just, oh man. Oh man, there's another good booktuber. I can't remember some of these names because they've been gone for so long. Oh, fuck, what was that guy's name? Oh shit. And actually, you know what? Speaking of Edward Lord, let's go look at what's on E's thing. Frosty Knives was good until 9 months ago. After that time, he lost it. Oh, what the hell happened 9 months ago? I can see. What in the world happened 9 months? Oh yeah, 9 months ago is when he did The Exorcist, and then he did the Omen book review, and then they did Robert McKee. You know what's funny with it? You know what's funny with Frosty Eyes? One of his videos, in the thumbnail, you can actually see the editing software in the video thumbnail for his Mind book review. Dinner If It Bleeds, Pet Cemetery 2019 movie. Oh dear. Oh dear, I'm gonna have to check this out. You know what? I actually am gonna have to check this out just because I think because I actually didn't even watch the thing. I just want to see like how psycho he's gone because that's what happens to these guys. They just go psycho. I'm searching up Edward Lauren. Holy, Edward Lauren is just gone, dude. Like, he's just making the same thing again. Edward Lauren isn't even... Oh, it's in the Mind review? Oh, I watched that so long ago that I'll probably have to rewatch it. You know what's... Road to some... Oh, boy. I'm gonna have to check that out. Jesus, I wanna see what the hell happened. Hey, I didn't know Frosty went insane. Who else was on here? See, there's so many guys on here that I just can't even... I watch a lot of storytime YouTubers like Mr. Nightmare or Creepypasta YouTubers like Christmas Pasta and Mr. Creepypasta. I also watch Lazy Masquerade. I watch a lot of true crime stuff now. I watch a lot of that kind of thing. So I'm not playing the game like right yet. I'm gonna get a drink in a minute. I'm rewatching Marble Hornets right now. Marble Hornets, some old great web series on YouTube. Oh, it was a great web series, man. It was a great web series. One of the best web series I've ever heard in my life. And you know what? It is a great web series, Marble Hornets. Ow! 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 Jesus Christ. Oh man, sorry about that. I just freaking stubbed my toe. Somewhere a Belgian booktuber quit only after 4 videos. She has not posted for 6 years. Too bad. I love her personality. Jesus Christ! Like all the good ones, they quit so fast. Why is it that Edward Lauren, all these friggin' terrible booktubers stay around? Yeah, all these other guys like always leave. Oh my god, it doesn't even make any sense. I actually was gonna make a friggin' You know what's funny about Edward Norton? You know what the funniest thing about Edward Norton is? I used to be an avid watcher of his things. I used to be an avid supporter, and all of a sudden, one day, he blocked me on his thing. He just straight up blocked me. And I thought that was hilarious, man. Oh man, he just blocked me on. That is true. Mr. Nightmare just posts. He just posts house invasion stories now. Remember when he used to have like a Wendigo story or something like that? Remember when they used to be like unsolved mysteries when they'd have like all these weird stories, like a ghost story and a Wendigo story? Now he just posts like. Now he just re-uploads with one new story, and the new story is like, someone went in my house! Someone in my house! Someone went in my house! Or someone texted me and they came and they followed me in the car. Or someone followed me in the car. Or someone looked at my house and someone went inside my house! Or something like that. Like that's what Mr. Nightmare is now. Now I still like to watch his stuff because legitimately when you watch it at night, when legitimately the editing is well done, he's got some well done editing. But that guy's that guy's a sellout. But if I want to be really scared, I watch creepypasta videos like Creepypasta or something like that. Sometimes after I read like one of those creepypasta things, I actually get so scared. I just cannot walk outside of my room because I always have a fear of hallways and mirrors and windows. I have a legitimate fear of windows because I'm scared of looking out my window and just seeing like some freaky ass thing right there. Now, yes, if someone invaded your house in real life, that would be scary, honestly. But, but, I've seen so many creepier stories. There's actually, I think what's his name? Not Lazy Masquerade, Corpse Husband. Corpse Husband does more scarier stories, I find. Because he gets, like, the more legitimately creepier tales I've seen. And there's some wicked stuff I've seen in there. Ugh. And always though, the Mystery Nightmare stories, everyone always gets away. Everyone always survives in the end. I'll be honest, I want to hear, well, I don't want to hear because it's sad and disturbing and sad and terrible, but like, not everything is colorful and happy. Not everyone gets away in the end. Oh, Mr. Nightmare used to post really scary stories, like this one where this lady, this aunt, came home and then she like went next door and killed someone, chopped her in pieces or something like that. That is scary. That is really scary. Because that could be your aunt, that could be my aunt, that could be anyone's aunt. That could be like, that's ugh. And the victim could be you, it could be me, and all that. That's stuff like that. It's more scary, I find. Have you ever read any creepypastas? Oh no! You think I'm political too? Jesus Christ! I don't know if you watch Creeps McPasta, but Creeps McPasta, have you ever like read any creepypastas just to yourself? Like, you ever go on Creepypasta Wiki and just scroll through and read some stuff, or go on the Creepypasta apps? I used to just read random stories. Like, there is the general stuff, the Rake, Jeff the Killer, Slender Man, Marble Hornets, all that kind of thing. I'm rewatching Marble Hornets recently. Great series actually. Oh yeah. Uh, you're obviously familiar with the general creepypasta stuff. The Rig, Marble Hornets, Smile Dog, all that crap. Clockwork, your time is up. Like all this, the general stuff everyone knows. Like those are internet memes. Some of those things, the Rake and all that. And I think the only thing that ever captured Slenderman and made Slenderman scary was Marble Hornets, the internet series. Now, Marble Hornets, I don't know if you ever watch, I don't know if you ever watched Marble Hornets. Marble Hornets is a good ass series, and you should definitely watch it. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff. And this is what I'm gonna get into. Marble Hornets is a visual creepypasta, basically, of Slenderman. This was like before Slenderman had a game. This was before Slenderman had movies. This was literally just when Slenderman was new. Marble Hornets was what made Slenderman's lore, but also added like new stuff and took away some stuff. It made him scary. It also introduced two other characters, Hoodie and Masky, and also introduced like all this kind of scary. That introduced like these really creepy ideas. Psychosis, yeah, Psychosis is a really creepy one. Borrasca, I don't remember Borrasca. Huh? Oh, Schwartz, There's one I remember slightly of this teacher telling a story of what he saw, like at this place or something like that. Like a lot of the general creepypastas are just gore fest and stuff like that. Jeff the Killer, if you sent that in for publication, you'd only get it into like the Gorehound publication or something like that, because like that is just something stupid. Oh yeah, Jeff the Killer is really creepy. Like that actually scared me as a kid. Like the idea of someone slashing his face up and burning his eyelids, telling you go to sleep, and then just stabbing you to death. And the whole I actually read the whole creepypasta, and the entire beginning when he comes into the kid's room and opens his window. That is really creepy scenery. The thing that ruins the story is that's all there is. Like there's no story. It's just a creepy scenes. Oh Jesus Christ! I'm looking behind me now. Another creepy. I don't know if you ever heard of what the hell was it called? The Harbinger experiment. A lot of the experiments creepypastas are really terrifying. SCP is an interesting case. SCP is like Alf. Oh dear, Alf. Alf. Al Smith. Oh dear. Some of Stephen King's short stories are like well-made creepypastas. Like some of the Stephen King short stories, like they got a hell of a band or some of that kind of stuff. Like pretty much all Nightmares and Dreamscapes is basically a Stephen King creepypasta. A Stephen King if he wrote creepypastas that were legitimately scary and weird and bizarre. See, Stephen King is known for horror, but he's not actually a good horror author. If I put it bluntly, Stephen King is a good author. He is not a good horror author. I don't think he's good at scaring you. His scary scenes are not scary at all. Like, you can read it and it's just fine, except for slight scenes in Revival, and that's about it. Revival and In the Tallgrass was the only two scary Stephen King novels. Short stories, though, by Stephen King are legitimately scary effing stories. And you know what? And that's because they're very bleak. Now, the bleak nature of his short stories actually makes it makes his stories really scary. Whenever he writes a story with a bleak ending, it's always terrifying. The entirety of Night Shift is one of the scariest collections you'll ever read. Especially, what the hell was that story? Especially, stuff like The Man Who Loved Flowers. Like, that is creepy ass stuff. The Glass Floor, his first ever short story, is not a scary story, but it's really unnerving. And like stuff like that. And the Tallgrass, I think, is easily his most scariest, most disturbing story. Let's put it bluntly, cannibalism. That just speaks it all. um, so everyone's probably building up for you that Stephen King is the best horror author. And when you go into Stephen King, keep in mind, he's probably not even gonna scare you that much. Unless you're reading his short fiction. Because his short fiction is legitimately scary stories. Again. Oh my god, One for the Road. That is a scary story as well. Anything from Night Shift was like a creepy story. Like, that is something that, like, you could see in, like, a creep show. That is a Stephen King show. And a movie. Yes! Landon A! I forgot about that. Landon A just returned recently. See, Landon A, despite him, yeah, Landon A was, I do like Landon A's reviews, and he actually, got me to check out some stuff, and I'm interested in reading Haruki Murakami. Oh yeah, that guy is some weird thing of Lovecraft again, like Edward Larne, like there. I think they're kind of weird with horror as well. But albeit, while, it's funny, you know what's weird, yeah, Landon Knight, he's pretty good though, and he's short, and he's insightful, and he also, grades books, he also, albeit when he says top 5 sci-fi series and he puts a novelization series of Alien on there, that kind of kills me. But but overall, Landon A is way better than the other guy, Edward. Edward Lord actually is the person that first said that King is not really a scary writer. That's one of the first times I agreed with Edward Lord. The last Edward Lord near them seemed to like the great writers of the past, which yeah, Landon Knight seems like he can be a little more open, but Edward Lord hates everything sci-fi. He hates everything classic horror, Frankenstein, Dracula, everything. He um they actually just hate old fiction. They don't like it at all. Edward Lord likes half of Poe. Edward Lord hates Lovecraft just because he's racist, you know. And yes, the racist and stuff like that, but C.S. Lewis was sexist. So like, and Walt Disney was racist and like all this other kind of stuff. Like and Robert A. Heinlein was sexist, racist, and everything. So like, and also some of them freak out when they see the N word in a novel. And Stephen King himself has had the N word in a novel. You know what? Like, yeah. I like how Edward Lord says he can write a better book than Richard Lehman. But Edward Lord can't even keep his books in print. He always takes them off of print and then he sells them for $130. Oh man, I think it's funny, honestly. Edward Lord makes friggin' monster porn for a living. Oh man. He legit makes porn novels, I'm not kidding. Yeah, that was a good video, honestly. The writing advice he does give is legitimately good advice. And I do like some of his standpoints and his views on some things about fiction, but he is a terrible reviewer, I think. I feel. Like Edward Lord, Edward Lord, I'll say this about his reviews too. His reviews are so hilariously short that you don't even know if you should read the book or not. He just told you, oh, it's good, it's 5 out of 5 stars, oh, it's good, it's 5 out of 5 stars, and he tells you nothing about the book the entire time. I saw that Edward and Landon did a... And actually, Landon was more cool than E anyways. Landon never blocked me, and again, he's a cool guy. He actually replies to you and everything. So I still watch Landon A. Just because he's actually, it seems like he's actually a nice guy, too. You hated the Netflix series? A lot of... No, I know some people either love Mike Flanagan or hate Mike Flanagan. Personally, I'm more of a fan of Mike Flanagan. Haunting a Hill House is my least favorite Mike Flanagan thing. And that's the only thing by Mike Flanagan I actually do not like. I didn't even watch Bly Manor, because I don't want to watch Bly Manor. Bly Manor is based on Henry James Bly Manor or something like that. I mean, yes, Flanagan is making it, but I don't want to see. Flanagan is making Revival, which is based on one of my favorite Stephen King books, and the only Stephen King book that is scary. But yeah, I never read Haunting of Hill House, but that's just because, again, I don't know if I should or not. No, I probably might read Haunting of Hill House and then directly read Hell House by Richard Matheson. Oh, layman. Richard Matheson, who wrote Iron Legend and The Incredible Shrinking Man. But yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people say that's like the classic of, I mean, it is bare bones, but then again, it's like, there was not much, there still isn't even that much ghost fiction, I'm being honest. So, like, without it, maybe there probably wouldn't have been as much ghost fiction. Albeit, you know what's funny? There is a, movie from the 90s of Haunting of Hill House called House on Haunted Hill. It is amazing. It is amazing. Like, I can't. It is amazing. It's really it's awful, by the way, but it's kind of awful in like a funny kind of way. I never saw the sequel, Return to Haunted Hill or whatever the hell is the second one. Oh yeah, Earl. I remember Earl. Earl is funny. Human being, yo.
You got lucky, buddy.
Human being? I'm guessing you're one person or another person. There's two people I'm thinking you are. One starts with a C and one starts with a G. Which one are you, C or G? Oh, Yafka. Oh, you. Oh, never mind. I got that completely wrong. We were talking about this asshole. Oh, this asshole online. But yeah, Earl. Yeah, Earl was, he was something. You know, it's a really shame, actually, Edward Lauren, another problem with him is that he always, like, calls you wrong if you don't like a book that he just loves. He always just calls you an idiot or wrong. Oh, you just subscribed to Landon A. Oh, nice. Yeah, Edward Lauren just makes us want to subscribe to Landon instead. So yeah, so Human, how's it going, Human?
Look out!
That was awesome. Oh dear. Yeah, I do think, yeah, like, yeah, Landon Annie deserves more subs than E. E is just a moron. I just I don't like that guy. I don't like him at all. Worst book you ever read. Probably friggin', what's it called? Seize the Night. That is terrible book. I don't know what Kuntz was thinking writing that book. Yafka here has attempted to read some terrible books. But he told me that he's read some awful stuff before. Aragon was one he told me about. Everyone hates Aragon. Who even likes Aragon? It's kind of a the Karma Hunters. I thought you, what about the Shawl? Don't you hate the Shawl? The Shawl, which was the Holocaust fiction novel that you were talking about that one time? No, I don't read Holocaust fiction either, just because, like, I'd rather read Holocaust facts than Holocaust fiction. Yafka is probably wondering what the hell are we talking about. I searched diligently for people who despise Aragon. Only ever found 2 or 3 or on here. Ah, Jesus. Also, what's his name? That one guy. Oh crap! I can't forget his name. I know another YouTuber who hates Aragon. Oh, Miles, did you ever get to read that Barker? Did you ever get to read that Barker stuff? Yes, him, Travis McBee. That's the guy I was thinking of. Travis McBee. Travis McBee. I kind of don't like him. Cause Travis McBee, my problem is he seems half asleep in all his. He seems half asleep and he just doesn't. He's not very. Again, it doesn't seem like he's very informative what he talks about. Yeah, Travis McBee, man. But yeah, he hates Aragon. That's Was he you were thinking of? At least the Aragon movie is kind of a meme. Shoot! Shoot. Ah, yeah. Barker, my favorite Barker. That is well, Great secret show, Hellbound Heart, Cabal, back to back to back, Scarlet Gospels, and then Mr. Beyond, my least favorite. Of what I read. Primarily writer, so much of his videos are focused on the aspects of the craft, which makes his book reviews somewhat lack. I like his videos on like how did Kuntz get famous, how did Tom Clancy get famous, how did Stephen King get famous. I like his videos on that kind of stuff. I like his videos on that kind of part of the craft. I do not like his videos on the book reviews, and that's what and also his whole Stephen King book collection video. He's like, I never read this in 9 years. I haven't read this in 9 years. And I even learned some interesting facts about Kuntz and Clancy and stuff like that from Travis McGee's videos. I haven't been here. What the hell is this? Oh.
You know what? You should see a doctor for that shit. I know, it ain't fucking cool.
Citizens report assault with a deadly weapon on Palomino Avenue.
Whoa! Too close!
Oh dear. Oh dear, I wonder what the, I'm gonna have to go, watch I think the Frosty Knives video probably, Frosty Knives is more clear with his English, I find, so I'll probably go watch his video to see what the hell the unmentionable is. That's one I don't want you, I don't want you to say what the unmentionable is, just so, like, no one comes and attacks you with the unmentionable on your channel. You know. And because, there's some people that are just complete friggin' just a-holes. And, and you just don't, and you always say the unmentionable, so, like, we don't want them to come after you. So I have told you to read King a lot, multiple times on your desk. For me, I tell you to read Barker, and I tell you to read Hyperion. I tell you to read Dan Simmons, Clive Barker, and George R. R. Martin, and of course Dune. All of those things need to be across your desk at some point in your life. And all are must-reads in some way, shape, or form. Oh, and also, Riam's current pool. Yeah, that's true. Riam's really to have his videos? Jeez, I didn't realize that Rams is friggin'. I didn't realize that Rams is going away. The hell happened to Rams? Rams? Is that what his name? I don't know what his name is pronounced.
Don't be a dick, bro. I'm trying to look out for you. Just give me the key.
Whatever, Dad. Totally fine. Just had a couple of beers.
What are you talking about?
Small drinks don't count. I know my own limits.
Now, of course, your half your message got cut off, so I have to go on I'm gonna have to go on YouTube just to see if it's just that this thing is just not able to get the full message. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let me check. I get tearful whenever I think of this, but Rand's the best booker around. Delete most of his videos, not because he hates it goes to how he hates the platform and its treatment of its creators. Broke my heart. He was irked at how YouTube handled the deletion of some or another creator. Leafy, I think, and so the platform in disgust and left the platform in disgust. He died. Well, in this game seems fun. Yes, the dialogue's great, but yeah, I didn't realize that Riam's left. Jesus. I remember I used to watch a lot of YouTube poofs. Mobro Studios. He quit YouTube. He quit YouTube this year, I believe. He just finally quit this year. Yeah, it's kind of sad. Reams. Oh, Reamsy. Oh, okay, that's probably what it was. I don't even know. Yeah, I think the saddest thing that what was that? What's that? Someone please clip that, please. But I think the worst thing that ever happened on YouTube is probably oh man, there's just so much that happened. Yeah, the booktubing community is just kind of just killing it. The booktubing community killed itself, and now all these people like Edward Lauren and stuff like that, they're the ones that took over the the booktube side of the internet. Yes. Ahab and Guntik did a funny book review of The Institute. Very informative review and stuff like that. I kind of hope they do more book reviews just to wipe away, just because one, they're funny, and two, they're nice, and three, they can wipe away people like Edward Lauren and all these people. Like, I want to see more movie reviews by Cinemassacre and $10 Slimer and those folks, rather than see Edward Lauren with his whole friggin' thing. Yeah, the dialogue in this game is crazy. I don't know who made the dialogue. Let's see review. Yeah, Ahab actually told me that he hated that book made him go into a slump, and he's still sorta in a slump. That car looks like it's from Christine. Let's kill it. Yeah, I actually stopped reading. I bought the Institute last year for Christmas. I got it for Christmas. Got 50 pages in. Put it down immediately. And I agree with Ahab. It's probably one of the worst King books. It's probably one of the worst, it's not the worst King book. I actually don't think it seems like a bad book. It seems just kind of like to go nowhere. Like the first 50 pages, you're following this security guard guy who accidentally killed someone. That is really interesting. And then no, you could say no, because this is interesting. But this is interesting. Plus, you can still watch the gameplay. Well, that's what we do. The game that you put the game on, and you can talk about multiple things at once. Hell, you can also you can also bring up a topic if you want to talk about something too. Bring up anything, honestly. We kind of want more viewers on this thing, anyways. But Institute, you start off with this really interesting thing. And then, like, it just goes completely nowhere, so, like, this kid getting captured, and then according to Ahab, the other guy doesn't come back to, like, the end of the book. I'm like, well, what the hell is the point of that beginning? I get why Ahab doesn't want to read the Bill Hodges Holly Gibney series yet, just because it's not done. But I'm like, you're missing out you're missing out on 5 badass books. Well, 4. I haven't read one of them. I want to read If It Bleeds, but I don't think I probably will anytime soon. I don't know if you remember one called Bookworm's Buddy. She had good videos. She left too soon as well. She just kind of left. Where's a reader? Like yeah, where's a reader? I remember that name. Yeah, Bookworm's Buddy was this one I used to see. Michael's a badass with a knife, honestly. Yafka, how's it going currently, Yafka? It's a great game, honestly. This game is just fun. Oh man, that is just that. I would go on online, but people are just going nuts online. So yeah. Oh man, I used to do book reviews. You might remember, but like again, I don't really know how to do an audio book review. I'm more better at written stuff. Miles, you don't have an Instagram, but I review a lot of stuff on Instagram. You never seen yet.
Citizens report. Assault with a deadly weapon on, Dorset Drive in Rockford Hill.
Yeah, I also do a lot of album reviews on there. I review a lot of albums. Can't do this in Watch Dogs. I recently I reviewed the last thing I reviewed. I'm gonna have to check that. I'm gonna have to check who I recently reviewed. I reviewed a lot of metal stuff. I know I reviewed 201. I reviewed planning on doing the Black Sabbath catalog just because it's Black Sabbath. Gotta review some Black on there. Ah, let me check what I recently reviewed on recently. I could have just asked Yafka because Yafka follows me. Okay, so recently I reviewed Derek and the Dominoes and Heaven and Hell. Before that was Rage Against the Machine, My Chemical Romance because my hot chick asked me to, and Genesis, Alice in Chains, Joji, Dayglow, Dolly Hall, The System of a Down, Tool, Slash the Snake Pit, Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, Metallica. That's what I reviewed for albums so far. For that, the last book I read all the way through is Northern Lights, actually. That is just a weird thing. Northern Lights, I read through. I completely forgot. You know what's funny? I actually forgot I read Northern Lights. It's a good book, I just forgot I read it. I don't know what it is, I just can't remember that I read it very much. Neither can I. I don't know if you ever seen Ahab talk about Ozzy Osbourne, but he hates Ozzy Osbourne so much that he wishes Ozzy died in the 80s. Neither can I. Come back here, little one, come back here. Yeah, I like Ozzy, man. I like Ozzy. Where's that Perry Mason? You know, I gotta get that Perry Mason on. I prefer his work in Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath be like one of my favorite bands, but I prefer Dio era Black Sabbath anyways, you know? You know, if I put Iron Maiden as my #1 favorite band, you're gonna see a lot of power metal on my list. Yeah, why did that guy retire? The one you just mentioned, why did he retire? Oh. Well, whenever I get to read a book again. Well, see, that's the thing. Like now we're reading just the class novels. But those are not books I want. Those are not books I care to review. Like I personally want to review Silence of the Lambs. I want to review some. No, not the dog! Not the dog! I feel bad for this puppy now. I have to put it out. I have to put it out. Oh God, that's the worst part. Oh jeez, I wasn't meant to kill the dog. Well, see, I reviewed literally every book I read. I didn't mean to kill the dog, but the dog was all wounded. I didn't want to. I'm thinking of reviewing everything by Rainbow soon. I haven't done a movie review in well, I've done Facebook movie reviews, but I haven't done any on Instagram because everyone's so retarded, like about whenever I do a movie review. That retarded. That's not a good word to use. That's kind of an offensive word, but never mind. I take that back. Don't listen to what the hell I'm saying. Anyway, so. Everyone's just kind of nuts whenever I do a movie review. Everyone's like, why are you reviewing this movie? Or whenever it's a black and white movie, it's like, someone's like, why do you do this? Or like, I review a sci-fi, everyone's like, this is boring, you shouldn't watch this. On Facebook, everyone's like, at least nice and stuff like that, except for like the people that, like, whenever I review a horror movie on Facebook, everyone's like, what the hell are you reviewing a horror movie? I'm like, this is a quality movie. This is a quality movie, or a non-quality movie. this is what the review is. Here to tell you why you should watch this or something like that. Like some people, like I know there's a bunch of people I know that have never seen The Godfather. That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite films now. Excellent movie, The Godfather, Part 1 and Part 2. I didn't watch Part 3 because I'm kind of scared to watch Part 3. Um, as, um, as I've been told, Francis Ford Coppola stops being good in the 90s. Francis Ford Coppola movies. What is it, Mom? What, what do you need? Be right back. Be right back. I gotta go check something. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Yeah. I don't think I'll ever do many movie reviews. I want to review some horror movies. That's what I do want to review. Yeah, it's something like, yeah. Are you putting pizza in the oven? Alright. Grandpa's been talking about the chicken all week and he forgot the chicken. Yeah. I'm sure put up at the house, so the library tour will be on its way hopefully by December. Oh, nice. Hell, I'll watch that. Aren't you doing that live or something like that? I'll watch that. Alrighty.
Logan.
Smaller cups.
Not big up.
Yes. Dad might give you a big cup for supper. Don't drink it all by now, because then you'll have none by supper time.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You'll try to do it live, alright. Y'all watch it when it goes live. Yeah, you make some good live stuff, you know. Especially when you did the my Uncle Oswald thing. Growl Dolls, that old book. Well, have a good day, sir. Have a good day, sir. It's nice to see you around on these things, and yeah, thanks for watching. Alright, you're on now. Alright, you're on. I'll keep this going. As you probably heard, Mom just got home. Alrighty. So, yeah. Oh, dear. I got a good idea.
Hey, Mom.
Oh, dear.
Woo!
That's a good way to get wasted. That's alright. You can't hear all that well. Yeah, I really haven't done a book review in such a long time. I was gonna start reading Silence of the Lambs. I started it, but it's rhyming, ceramic, kicking the floor. Oh dear, that is eventful. Must be a show. Oh dear. Have I been watching anything lately? I was literally about to start watching season 3 of Twin Peaks sometime. I was watching some unsolved mysteries, because season 2 of the reboot just came out. I was also about to watch. What else was I about to watch? About to watch something else. I forgot the name. I've been heavily waiting for Love Death with Robots season 2. So was Braden. It's a great show, honestly. Yeah, it's the shows like whenever I find something good, I'll watch it. I'll watch it just because like I don't have like at school like I only want to watch. I haven't seen too many movies lately either because again I have like this whole game selection. Last year I didn't even get to play very many games until like the end of the year, if I'm being honest. This year, now that everything is so draining and everything, it's like you kind of want to just play a game. That's why I started doing buddy watches and stuff like that, and I watch movies with someone on TV or something like that. Just because, like, it's more fun when you watch it with a buddy, and then, like, stuff like that, and if it's a terrible movie, how's Benny staring at me right now? He's just been a Scoochie boy. He had a haircut not too long ago.
You're good, Leo. You're good.
quick way to make money. I also don't watch too much anime or anything, just because, like, with anime, there's two people watching again. Yeah, who knows who could be the second person. Sometimes there is, like, two people. Sometimes there is two people watching or something like that. Yeah, anime, like, it just takes me, I find it just takes me a while to get into certain animes. And even then, there can be some great animes. I only watch miniseries, to be honest, now, or movies for anime. There's some really good animes, but, like, I have a limit of episodes. I think, for me, I'll watch an anime if it's 12 episodes long. Just because, there's usually the... Well, I've seen, like, half of I saw, like, most of Parasite a long time ago. I don't know if I ever finished it. I probably did. Another short, so, like, I might probably watch that. Hellsing was a good one. I really like Hellsing with the vampire hunter. Shoot. Yeah, I just don't remember anything that happened in Parasite aside, like, the bathroom scene in episode 2. Oh, your Parasite the Maxim. Albeit I have been starting to watch some Korean and Japanese live action movies. I'm currently trying to search for House. House spelled House. It's a Japanese movie by Toho. Toho made Godzilla movies. They're the ones who made the original 3 Godzilla series. But House is their magnum opus of, like, horror movies or something like that, and I saw a couple clips and I'm like, what is this? It looked really weird. It looked kind of cool, actually. It looked really strange. It looked like something that you'd only see in an anime, but, like, it's live action, so it's, like, really shocking, like, how, like, it's... And it also looks well made, too. It looks really creepy, like those kind of, like, surrealist movies.
You got lucky, buddy.
For movies, I mostly just rewatch my favorites, as of lately, Eraserhead and all that kind of thing. I mean, especially in preparation for the show, the project. No, Toho is the game. Toho, that's Toho, but take the U out, and that's Toho, the company, the studio. Toho still makes Godzilla movies to this day. Their most recent one was Shin Godzilla, or Godzilla Resurrection, or whatever the hell the thing was called. Shin Godzilla is really good, from what I remember. I like the Japanese ones more than the English ones, just because the English ones are too American for me. And you might be wondering, well, what does that mean? It's too much Michael Bay action movie, like, while the Japanese ones are actually interesting, and they have something interesting, and they have some interesting parts to them, and there's some, like, whole thing with culture in it too, in all those old ones. Like, sure, yeah, they may just be B movies in the end, but there's still, like, there's something interesting. While with the American ones, like, it's just basically, well, the American ones is just basically, like, bombs and explosions and roaring. And the roar isn't like funny anymore. Now the roar with the Shin Godzilla is scary actually, while with the roar with the American Godzilla is just cool. And if there's a giant monster tearing down a bunch of buildings, I want it to be scary sounding. Like, I don't want Godzilla to be cool. Godzilla's not cool. He's supposed to be scary. He's the monster we made because we made with our own nuclear weapons. Like that's the whole point. He's an iguana, or not she, because it's basically a she. Oh. Now, King Kong? Yeah, Miles, one of his favorite movies is King Kong. King Kong 1933. But every time they update King Kong, they make it more romantic and stuff like that, and that just kind of bothers me. I'm like, I don't want to see it just all be all romantic and horny and everything. I want to see something to it. I want to see some, jelly-filled donuts. I actually, I used to eat jelly-filled donuts all the time. And I still sometimes eat jelly-filled donut. It just depends what flavor jelly it is. I need to buy weapons for him. Hey, go on.
Hello.
It was the one made of rice. I never ate the ones made of rice.
Mom? Are you good? Gotta go to flush the toilet?
Oh yeah, Americanization. Oh dear.
No fucking way. This isn't happening. What's going on, my dude?
Brock, aka the guy that can't see. I actually always got really mad at Pokemon the anime just because Brock can't. Just because, how can Brock see? His eyes are literally closed. What does that mean? Something his mouth is his eyes or something like that. He's like a snake or something like that. He's like a snake that smell like where they smell the tongue.
Watch yourself, dude. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I hear that new chroma. Come on. Damn,
Oh, oh dear. I haven't bothered with Pokemon the anime. Like, I don't even know like what happened. Like, Didn't Ash win last season or something? I don't even know. I just stopped watching it. I'm probably just gonna look later because I can't look during a stream. I wish I could just immediately switch games during a stream, but I can't, so I'm stuck with this game for the next little while. I was like, I wanted to play some Just Cause 3 or something, or Contra on a stream. But I just don't want to go through the hassle of having to reload this, making everyone reload the stream. This guy's an idiot. Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah, Pokemon, like, Pokemon... Yeah, I don't know what happened to Pokemon. Remember when, like, Pokemon was gonna have, like, a whole live-action universe or something like that? They haven't even announced that they're making any more. Oh, it's ready? Alright. I'm gonna get my pizza. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh. Thank you.
There's 2 pieces of hot, so be careful.
Alright, thank you.
I think you ate all the chicken nuggets. I think they're all gone. They're up here.
Ugh. Spam chat.
That's them?
Oh dear. Oh dear. Series X versus PS5. Apparently people are now saying that the performance on PS5 is better now somehow. Like, at first it was the opposite. That's strange. Really strange, honestly. Ugh. Mom? Hmm. Not a big fan of it, actually. Not a big fan of it. The sauce is very tangy. Like, it's just kind of, it doesn't, sauce kind of tastes, huh? Teas taste a little dry. Yeah, not, tastes like pie, doesn't it? Maybe Dad might like this. I'm trying, I just can't. Ugh. Yeah, what you doing? Huh? It tastes bad. I can't do it. I can't. I can't. Yeah, I can't eat this. This is terrible. The pizza, I don't know what was up with it. Tastes like freaking. The one when I smelled it from like earlier, it smelled like cookies. It smelled like cookies. Oh, you just try to feed. I could be poisoned, you know. Oh, earlier on, I just ate some terrible pizza. I just barely ate it. I couldn't even. I think it's the sauce. The sauce was like, ugh. Did you taste that? It was like.
Go tell Grandpa. Did you brush your teeth today?
Where's my teeth today? Today I did, yeah. So now I'll just wait till you done with the dishes. Feel that? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, with so many mangas lately that I've had nothing to read. I guess I really have become a weeb. Maybe you should, maybe you should get back to reading novels. Well, or maybe watch, and you said you watch a lot of anime, so maybe watch some live action shows, just spice it up, mix it up. Maybe watch a sci-fi show or something, like Star Trek or something, I don't know. Huh? That taste is terrible, man. You don't have to read War of the Worlds, you can go read, like, Dune, or there's one of those, the Coons I gave you, or something like that, I don't know. It's just, hey, a lunch. You just leave, you just leave War of the Worlds and pause, maybe you're just too young. I mean, you just need to catch up on other wells before, you know. Miles read War of the Worlds. That's that's one of his favorite H.G. Wells. in the things class. Yeah, slow. I might read. I might just like blow through that book for class and read it in 3 days. Read it in 3 days. Maybe write a review on the side. So like that, just because like I want to read on my own time as well. If you know what I mean. I want to get to read some stuff. Ugh. Aw. And you're not reading Boruto or anything. Oh man, I still have that taste in my mouth. You're on volume 69, 69, man. It's probably. At least you're near the end. At least you actually get to finish the thing. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, maybe you should catch up on some shows and stuff like that, or some movies. You should catch up on some movies or something like that. It's a whole list of movies. There's a whole list of movies I actually give you to tell you to tell. There's a whole list of recommendations I would tell you to watch. 12 Monkeys has been big again lately because of the virus. 12 Monkeys is a classic. Oh yeah, Airplane's great. Airplane 2 is, a lot of people hate Airplane 2, but it's just as good. Yeah, Monty Python, you should watch the show and then watch all the movies back to back to back. That's what you should do. Last movie is The Meaning of Life. You do not need to watch live performances. They're not as good anyways. Well, see, the TV show Flying Circus, the episodes are short. So you watch like a couple episodes or a season over a weekend, and then watch another season, another weekend, or another season, and then watch all the movies, like watch 2 movies a day or something like that. Like that's what I do. Watch a movie one morning, watch a movie in the morning, and then watch one at night, or something like that. Unless it's a long movie that I have to watch, and I have to watch it in like the middle of the day, or in the morning, or something like that. Oh, you should all. Oh, oh, you should also watch if you like sci-fi, but you also like comedic kind of stuff. You should watch The Fifth Element. So that's what was a big. That was a huge movie in the '90s. The Fifth Element with Bruce Willis in it. I'm gonna get a drink. I need to get the taste out of this in my mouth. That is terrible. I didn't even text Grandpa yet because I'm on the thing. But oh man, oh man, that was terrible. Yeah, The Fifth Element is common to watch too.
Oh, guess what? Pizza's Yeah, I cooked it up, but Logan went to take a bite, and he was like gagging, and I was like, "What's wrong?" And then I took a bite, and it tasted really bad. Yeah, but
It smelled like cookies too. It smelled.
Where it was on special, like maybe where it was like. Okay.
Oh dear.
I don't know. Thank you though.
There's also like stuff I would say is must watch too. If you like comedies, if you like comedies, you should watch all the National Lampoon stuff just because that's a must watch. Doctor Strangelove is must watch too. Doctor Strange, Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Comedy movies are short, but there's a lot of great ones out there from the 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Those are the age of good comedy movies. Naked Gun has the same dude that plays the doctor in Airplane.
I was gonna say, if you need a hand with your apartment there, let me know. If you want stuff wiped down. What? Can you pull that out, Logan? Oh, that's always in the dub. That doesn't matter.
Alright. Sorry, I'm not playing the game, I'm just drinking. I'm just having a drink right now for a second.
Oh, you're welcome.
You gotta go eat lunch now?
No, I don't want no money. Jesus, I don't want no money. Stop it.
Well, I'll talk to you later then.
Wiped out though before you start bringing your stuff in.
And I'll talk to you later. And if you ever watch that series I told you, the series I told you is gonna be inspiration for the project. Just tell me your thoughts on it. Alright, anyways, see you, talk to you later, and have a good day.